Yeah, I mean the most important thing today was that I won. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the way that I played, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of days like that where I could have lost the match, and you don't get an opportunity until Miami to play better or to improve some things. So yeah, it's good to have the chance to play another match here and hopefully put in a better performance.
Yeah. Physically, you come and train at one point, and you talk about what was going on there. And generally, are you feeling a little restricted in any way physically with that?
No, I just took some tape off my toes. I didn't take an injury timeout or anything. I just took some tape off my feet. The trainer I wasn't in pain on the court. I just sometimes when you have the tape, it can catch the skin and give you little blisters, basically. But no.
More generally, anything?
No, I was out there for, it's close to 3 hours, and I think I was the fresher and was moving better than him towards the end of the match. But no, physically was fine.
Started off so well, like the first 3 games were super quick. Was that a frustration that then you kind of let back into it?
Well, it was the match was a frustrating match, whether it was the beginning or the end. It was that sort of match where at no stage did either of us play well at the same time. I started the match well. He started off the match badly. He missed a lot of easy shots. Then he started playing consistent, not making errors, and I started missing. And yeah, it was just one of those matches where there wasn't a one period where I thought that the level of tennis from both of us was high at the same time, and that can create a lot of breaks and a lot of sort of back and forth swings in the match. And yeah, it wasn't just the start of the match that was frustrating, the whole match was.
Isn't it sometimes, Andy, just to get a sight of a new court and get the feel for it, is that a little difficult when you haven't played somewhere?
No, I started the match well, so for me it was nothing to do with that, and also the court is pretty much perfect conditions really to play. I mean, because of the dry air, sometimes it can be tough to control the ball, but that's not to do with that court in particular. That's just when you're playing in the desert, it's like that. But the court is perfect. There's barely any wind. It's players do talk about sort of the acoustics of a court. Like when you hit the ball, it sounds like you're hitting the ball well, even when you're not. And yeah, it was a nice court to play on. Just tennis wasn't that good.
You have a habit of coming back in matches when some things will go low. Is that something you've always felt has been in you since an early age?
I don't know. I always, always try to find a way to come back, and managed to do it in the last couple of matches here. I've had a good record of that since I came on the tour. And yeah, I don't know exactly why that is. My mom or parents or whoever that watched me play when I was young, always said that I found ways to win matches when I was losing or looked like I was going to lose the match. So it's a good habit to have.
And he hasn't played yet, but if it's roundage, what's the challenge for you in playing him?
Oh, I think in this first round he served like 30 something aces, so that's the challenge basically, to get the serve back. When you do that, then you can make things happen.
You fairly comfortable returning his serve?
I don't know. I haven't played him in these sort of conditions. I played him. When I played him at the US Open, we played in the evening. It was a little bit slower, and I returned the serve well. I played him in Tokyo and served for the match against him. And no, I didn't serve for the match. I had match point on his serve in Tokyo. So, when I played him, I've done fine returning his serve, but here it's it's a bit different because of the conditions.
Lots of questions.
He's 20. You played Dominic Thiem as well in
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam. Is it encouraging that there's maybe a couple of younger guys coming through? It's been a while, hasn't it, since any kind of teenagers?
Yeah, I mean, that was always going to come to a stage where that was going to start happening. I mean, guys are coming through a few years later than sort of when I came through with Novak, and Rafa was obviously pretty young too when he came through onto the tour. But yeah, there's some very good players. Most of the guys that are coming through at that age, most of them are physically, big, either big guys or very strong. Like Thiem is a very strong guy. He's well built. Vesely's obviously a big guy, about 6'6". So the physical side of the game's definitely changed, and that's why they're coming through a bit later. But it's been good to play against a few of them.
Last one.
And was there any turning point in this match? There were so many momentum swings, breaks, break backs, and stuff like that, missed overheads and things. It seemed like they might swing momentum one way or the other, but in the end, was it just all the way down to the end, or is it you might be okay with it?
I don't know. I mean, to me, I felt like after I won the second set that should be a time when I could kind of push on a bit, but I obviously got broken right at the beginning of the third set, and that was frustrating. And then obviously when I got the break back, was it 4-2 I think in the third, then I definitely played a bit better at the end of the match. There's no question. I made more balls. He came out with a few good volleys in his last service game, but I started to make more balls, put a bit more pressure on him at the end of the match, and that was what I needed to do to win.
Thank you. BBC Radio.